section 5.1. And we really only have to do 1 through 19. Plus, we're going to do some IXL.
When are we going to get the exams back?
No, you're not going to get them back. I'll tell you your grade.
Okay.
Individually?
All right, yep, individual.
Is it going to be after we're done with this?
If you guys let me get through this class, these 19 problems, we'll do it right then, right now.
Okay.
All right? So, again, to me, we're writing each ratio. Now, ratio is just in what?
It's like a thing showing how much you have. Like for this one, it'd be, I think it'd be 10 to 3.
Because you have what?
10 blue marbles, and then you have 3 red marbles.
So exactly. So you could write it like this, guys. In the 3 forms, it would be 10 to 3 this way. So remember that?
And then there's a fraction one, right?
There's a fraction, 10 over 3. And then there's 10.
Should we write all 3 forms?
Yeah, that's what it says. In all 3 forms.
What section is this again? 5.1.
Mr. Stroud,
Yes, sir.
but like, does it matter which numbers in front? Like, would it be from
Yes, because
red
it says-
marbles to blue marbles?
Yes,
It would-
exactly.
okay.
Exactly. Whatever says first goes first.
Okay.
All right. Now, again, I don't care what order you put these in, right? Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Right. There's a fraction, there's the word TO, and there's a colon. All right? That's all there is, guys. Very simple. All right? Now, red marbles to total. Well, how many marbles are there all together?
There is 20. 30, sorry.
30, right?
So it'd be 3 to 30.
Yep.
3 over 30.
Now, how do I write a ratio mostly? As a what, do you think?
Would you reduce it?
I write it as a fraction, believe it or not. So is everybody hearing me? Listen to me. I want you to write it as a fraction, 3 over 30. And then what should we do to 3 over 30?
Reduce it.
You definitely should reduce
So
it.
it'd be 1 over 10.
Yeah, then I just want you to put equals 1 over 10.
for each one.
Yes, ma'am.
Since it says 2, wouldn't you do the 2 one?
No, that has nothing to do with us. Those are just the 3 ways. All right. So you can use a colon. You can use the word TO, and you can write it as a fraction. Does everybody agree with me? How do most people write it, though?
Fraction.
Yeah, so guess what we're going to concentrate on?
Fraction.
Yeah, we're just going to do fraction.
So we're only writing one.
Yeah, only listen to me. Yes, 1 second. You're writing it as a fraction. I want you to write it as a fraction. Now, for question number 1, I just wrote it all 3 ways, just so you could see all 3 ways.
Oh, okay, so we don't.
Right, but mathematicians or people who are good at math, we don't write as a colon, or we don't write it as a word, TO. Everybody writes it as a what?
Fraction.
But do you guys know it can be written any of those 3 ways?
Yes.
Right, so I don't want you to write it all 3 ways. I want you to write it as a what?
A fraction.
Because a fraction is a ratio. That's what a fraction is.
I realized it.
Good, thank you. All right, so number 2, the answer was 1 to 10. Right, or the fraction 1/10.
Okay, so you want us to reduce it, right?
Always, every time you see a fraction, you always reduce it if you can. All right, so now let's take a look at
Would we make it a mixed number?
possibly. Number 3, in a 40-gallon aquarium, there are 21 neons and 7 zebras. Write the ratio of neons to zebras. So it would be what?
21 to 7.
Yep, you would write 21 to 7.
What's a neon?
It's a fish. 21.
over 7?
Yep, it's going to be 21 over 7. 21 over 7, which reduces to 3 over 1. Now, is 3 over 1 the same as 3?
Yes.
But because they said write it as a ratio,
So you have to
leave it as what? 3 over 1. But if you wrote 3, would I mark it wrong?
No.
No, because 3 is the same as 3 over 1. I'm just trying to show you. If somebody says write it as a fraction or write it as a ratio, it'd be good to leave it as 3 over 1. What?
Why wouldn't you turn it into
because 7 goes into 21 evenly.
Well, what happens
Shh.
if it
Shh.
but it's an
Yeah, this is improper. You are correct. So I made it 3 over 1.
so you wouldn't change it to mixed number then back to improper.
What do you think the mixed number is?
Well, it would be
How many times does 7 go into 21? How many left over? That's why it's 3 over 1. You and me now, right?
Mhm.
It's just 3. Everybody good?
Mhm.
Okay. Number 4. Tell whose DVD collection has the greater ratio of comedy movies to adventure. So right now Joseph has a ratio of what?
5 over
5 over 3. And Yolanda has what?
7 over 5.
Now you got to tell me what fraction is bigger.
7 over 5.
But I'm not going to just accept that answer. Yeah, very good, girl. Very good. Very smart. So remember, you would multiply this, right? And that became a what? That became a 21. And then we multiplied what?
25. So it's 25.
So that's 25, right?
What was the person's name that was
So who's the larger one?
Joseph.
Joseph.
So should I
That wasn't bad.
Wait, I'm confused.
Confused about what?
So you just times it.
Remember, that's how we compare fractions. It's been a while, so I'm expecting you to have a question. So if I didn't answer your question,
No, I get it.
you with me now, right? So whenever you're comparing fractions, you cross multiply. Right? Okay, now let's do number 5. It says soccer league has 25 6th graders, 30 7th graders, and 15 8th graders. Write each ratio. Now, what number goes into 25, 30, and 15? 5. Wouldn't it be okay to just reduce it right now, right?
Yeah, 5
Does everybody agree? So that's what I'm trying to help kids with right here. I could go ahead and make that a what?
5.
5. Make this a what?
6.
And make this a what?
3.
And then I don't have to reduce it anymore. Does everybody see that?
Yeah.
All right, so I like to tell kids to reduce first. But you got to reduce all of them or you can't reduce any of them. All right? So what would it be 6th to 7th?
5 to 6.
5 over 6.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody see that? Uh-oh. Now 6th grade to the total. That would be what?
That would be so
that's 5 over
9 4. 5 over 9.
What?
Wait, what am I? I'm so
How many is 6th graders?
Oh, there's 5.
5.
So
And how many
5 over
total would there be?
5 over
No.
14. Yeah.
Beautiful. 5 over 14. Why is it 14?
because 3 plus 6 plus
Because it says what? Total.
Yeah.
Good.
and
That's what I'm saying. Keep going. That's not the total. That's the total number of 6th and 8th. Bradley?
Oh, so you have to add 5.
Right? Because it says all of the students. You agree with that now, right?
Yeah.
That's a good mistake. Now, 7th grade to 8th grade.
6 over
What is that?
6 over
2 over 1.
Yeah, it could be 2.
Yes, but I like what he said. I want you to put 6 over 3 and then reduce it to 2 over 1. What about number 8? Sorry.
It would be 9 over
Why is that?
because 7th and 8th graders, you add them.
Very good,
and
girl.
then that would be 6, and then to 6th graders, which is 7.
I like what you said. 9 over 5. Does anybody disagree with that? The 7th and 8th graders. So you add up the 7th and 8th graders, right? And you compare it to the what? 6th graders. Everybody okay with that? All right. Thomas, you still good? All right. 36 people auditioned for a play. 9 people got roles. What is the ratio of, in simplest form, of the number of people who auditioned to the number of people who got roles? auditioned. How many people auditioned?
36.
36. And how many people got roles?
9, so 27.
Wait a minute.
3.
Yes, what is it?
4. Would it be 3?
4 over 1, right? Does everybody understand why it's 4 over 1?
Oh yeah. Wait, why is it 4 over 1? Because
What's 36 divided by 9?
Oh yeah.
Right? Makes sense, right?
Someone left their book in here.
That's okay. All right, it says, tell whose bag of nut mix has the greater ratio of peanuts to total. So, how many peanuts does Dinah have?
She's 10.
10 out of how many?
10 out of 28. Wait, no. Wait, yeah, 24. 24.
Is that right?
Oh god.
10 out of 24, doesn't matter. And then I can reduce that to what?
5. Wait, no, 6. 2. So 5 over 12.
5 over 12. Is everybody happy with that? And now, peanuts to total would be for Don.
So 18 to 36. And then
So now listen to me, guys. I'm comparing 5/12 to 18 over 36. Now you should be able to obviously tell me
can't that be reduced?
which one is greater. I don't care if it can be reduced. I'm asking you to look at the numbers and tell me which one is obviously greater and tell me why.
It's 1836 because that is 1/2.
That's exactly right.
And if
Oh,
it
yeah.
was 6/12, then you said not.
He said it perfectly, honestly. Guys, I can't say that any better. Listen to his explanation now. 18 over 36 is exactly what? So if we reduced it, we'd reduce it down to half. Does everybody agree with that? What's half of 12?
6.
So if it was 6/12, they would be equal. But this is 5. So is that more than 1/2 or less than 1/2?
Less.
Less than 1/2. Therefore, this person has the higher or the larger ratio. Does that make sense?
Yeah. What's the number? I mean, the person's name.
Dawn.
Let's look and see.
Oh, Dawn.
Dawn, yeah.
One done.
Okay.
Done.
Now let's look at 11. Here we go, guys. Tell what group, 1 or 2, has the greater ratio of the number of people for an open campus lunch to the number of people with no opinion. So, tell whether group 1 or 2, all right, so I'm looking at 1 or 2.
I'm wanting
It says the number of people for an open campus lunch. How many people want open?
9.
9. How many people have no opinion?
5.
So it's 9 to 5. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Now, what would it be for group 2?
It would be 10 to 6.
10 to 6. Okay, so which one would be greater? Group 1 or group 2? Group 1 or group 2? Aiden, what do you think?
2.
Why?
1, because 5 plus 10 is 50. 6 plus 9. Oh my gosh. Well, I know.
What? Don't.
Group 1.
Why?
Because 6 plus 9 is 54.
You keep saying plus, even though we know what you mean.
Isn't
You
it?
with me?
Yeah.
So, the first one, group 1. You with me? So that's good, buddy. Don't worry.
At first when we did that, I was like, wait, how did you get 50 from Adam?
All right, number 12. It says, which group has the least ratio of the number of people against an open campus to the total number? All right, now we got to check how many groups here.
So the 3.
You got to check all 3, right?
Yep.
So it says, which group has the least ratio of number of people against an open campus to the total? So how many for group 1?
14.
14 out of how many, though?
5.
Oh
Nope.
no. Oh no.
Oh, out of
23. I know.
14 out of what?
28.
28.
Dang it. I didn't have that.
Come on now. 14 out of 28. That's group 1. Does everybody see that? Girls, you know what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
All right, what about group 2? What would it
16
be?
out of 32.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Girls?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, what about group 3?
36. I mean, 16. Yeah. 16 to 30.
16 to 36?
Yep.
So what would be less, group 1, 2, or 3? Obviously.
You can cancel one.
Because
I'm hearing this explanation. Go.
because if you compare the two numbers, 16 is a high, but if it would be equal if it was 16 to 30, but that's still less than 16 to 32.
Stop.
Sorry.
So I want you to tell me, what is 14 to 28?
That's
I want him to
That's
half. What is 16 out of 32?
half.
So what would this be if it was half?
It would be 16 to 32 if it was half.
Yeah, but it's not.
It would have to be 18.
Yeah, so think about it now. Your mistake is converting this to 32, though. You see what I'm saying or not? This stays what?
36.
So half of that would be.
18.
So if they would all be equal if this was a 18. So is that more than 1/2 or less?
More than 1/2.
Why?
Wait, less than 1/2.
There you go. Less than 1/2. You see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Come on, those are good mistakes, guys. Those are good mistakes. All right, but you have to be able to look at fractions and say more or less.
so group 1 and 2.
Group 1 and 2 are more, but it says which one is what?
Least.
That's 3.
The least, right? So you would be group 3. Do you understand that? Group 3, right, guys?
Yeah.
All right. So now, I want to look at 13. For each group, is the ratio of the number of people for an open campus?
We just did.
We just did 12. Don't worry about it. I'm going to clear this out of the way. Okay. Is the ratio of number of people for an open campus? So open would be what? 9, right? And then it says to the number of people against.
14.
So 9 over 14, is that more or less?
That's more.
More than 1/2. Do you agree? You know what we're doing, right? So group 1 is more. Let's talk about group 2 now. Group 2 would be what?
10 over 15. And that's
10 over what?
16.
So everybody agree 10 over 16? And that would be what? More. Girls, you okay?
Yeah.
And group 3,
And then 12 over 16 and that is so yes.
they're all more, right?
Yes, so yes. Oh, great.
Is it a yes or no question?
It's a greater than or less than. It would be greater than.
Can more? Can we just keep more there?
Thomas, Mr. Smith, needs to ask you a question. Okay? Tell him you're really busy, okay? Hurry for me, because I don't want you to miss anything. I want you to get all your homework done. Okay, so we did 13 then, right?
Yep.
Now remember, guys, the main thing though is you're telling me if you're not sure about something.
No.
Everybody makes sense with that, right? All right. Let's take a look at the next quick couple questions that are easy. All right, here we go. Now it's just a matter of looking at the chart, right? Can everybody see that chart? All right, it says the pressure of water at different depths can be measured in atmospheres. The water pressure of a scuba diver increases as the diver descends below the surface. Does anybody know why that is? Does anybody know what water pressure is?
I know. Oh, yeah.
Tell me what it is.
Because, like, the CO2, like, the oxygen is different and you're getting closer. It's, like, the same wave, like, in the, like, high in the air.
Okay.
It's heavier the deeper you go down.
Why?
Because
Why is it as you go
It's
down?
because gravity.
Oh, that's true. But what's on top of you though?
Water.
Does that make sense,
Yeah,
right?
and then it starts like smishing.
Right. It's like
So if
it's
you-
like all the weight of the water is on you.
Because if you
Does that make
start-
sense?
if you run right to the down, you'll be against the floor because there's all that water on top.
That's 100% correct. That's what water pressure is.
So I have like a 9 feet pool. It's like really deep. And if you go all the way down and you go down like 3 or 4 times, your ears will start to hurt.
Yeah, they start to like pop.
Yeah.
That's
No,
right.
no, it's not just that. It feels like there's pressure on
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
I've seen
Because
It's the same thing when you go
the
up.
water, the same thing when you go
Yeah,
up.
it's just I flew into this island that's like somewhere down below Florida, and like my ears got so full, I couldn't even go like 3 feet underwater because it was so heavy. Oh yeah, if you do it too many times, you go into
Okay, so here we go. Listen, it says write each ratio in all 3 forms. Do I care about all 3 forms?
No.
I just want it as it was.
fraction.
Fraction. So the pressure at -33. Now it's the pressure at -33 feet to the pressure at the surface. So it would be what?
Negative 30.
No. What's the pressure at -33, kiddo?
2.
Shh, let her. Come on, Bradley. What is the pressure at -33? And what's the pressure at the surface?
So it's 2 to 1.
There you go.
So basically
2 to 1.
2 over. Oh.
What's the pressure at 66?
3 to 1.
3 to 1.
And then?
Shh, just come on. Is everybody with me on this? 3 to 1?
Yeah.
Right? It's not hard. All right. So at 99 feet below, it would be what?
4 to 1.
4 to 1. Everybody happy so far? Now the trickier part. At -66 to -33.
3 to 2.
3 to 2. Good job, girl. And then, Carly, 99 to 66. Thank you, Thomas. What's 99?
I mean, sorry.
You're okay.
3 to 2. No.
4, 2. No, I was saying. So look right here. Come on, girl. -99. What's the pressure at -99? Right. Then, yeah, there you go. That's how simple it is. All right, you write whatever they say first in the numerator and whatever they say second in the... Yeah, exactly. All right. Tell whether the ratio of 66 to 33, what would that be?
3 to 2.
3 to 2. Is that greater than or less than 99 to 66? What is that?
4 to 3.
4 to 3. Now, think about it.
And you multiply.
You can cross
Is it more or is it less?
More.
It's more. Wait,
More.
it's greater than.
Oh yeah, it's more.
Come on, guys. Don't listen to Bradley all the time. All right? Your objective is to think on your own. Even though he's saying things. I don't mind. You say things too. All right? But don't just because he says greater than, don't just put greater than, or he says less than, don't say less than. You're not learning anything. Right? Whenever you're comparing fractions, remember, you're crossing. Right? So that numerator was what? 9. And this over here would be, therefore, 9 is greater than 8. That's how you tell. Everybody with me? All right. Now, iPad time. IXL.
Zero's more than 1.
Great.
That was so funny.
That was kind of funny.
Chloe, I got extra credit on a test because he said that. 0.
I think Chloe did too.
Now,
Wait, something happened. Please be on. Wait, only done?
Oh, that was so funny.
Mr. Stroud, I'm thinking about pre-K.
Like
And
A1
then-
pre-K.
yeah,
Oh, I've already
A1
finished all my
pre-K.
pre-K, Mr. Stroud. Do you want to see?
I finished
We
all
can do
my
kindergarten then.
I finished, yeah, I finished all my pre-K and all my kindergarten. When I get bored. I get bored at home sometimes.
Oh,
Why
not
don't you go
Guys,
on your phone?
Yeah, in 3rd grade, I get bored on my phone.
Hey, everybody, go to IXL, 7th grade, J1, Smart Score. 100.
Why?
You're welcome.
Thank you.
No.
You're absolutely welcome. I know you appreciate that.
I forgot to charge my iPod over and I only have
Wait,
20%.
Mr. Stroud? Oh, yeah, send it to me. I have 20
I have
minutes.
100%.
Mr. Stroud,
What is